Okay, so we are continuing with chapter 5, and we are getting ready to do the cash flow statement on page. So, the last thing I want to do before we actually go into doing the statement is just check a couple of things off. Okay, so here on our dividends, we never figured out if there were any. So let's check. Check on page 8. And on page 8, it doesn't say anything about dividends. On page 9, well, it won't be in the income statement. Remember, dividends are never in the income statement. They're not an expense. And the only information we have is that net income is 12,220, and our change in retained earnings is 3,760. So there must have been some dividends. So if our beginning retained earnings is 135,360, and it went up to get to the ending, it didn't go up by 12,220. Didn't go up enough, so someone must have pulled it down. And that's going to be the difference between 12,220 and 3,760. So how much would our dividends be? Difference, which is 84C. So the next thing we have to do, though, is when we went through our statement of financial position, we also saw that dividends payable went up by 4,700. So did we pay this whole thing in cash? So dividends went up by, I just lost it, 4,700. And therefore cash must have been the difference between 8460 and 3760, which is 8460 minus 3760 is 4,700. I'm losing my mind, ladies and gentlemen. So 8460, which is the total dividends, minus what was paid in cash. Cash is going to be 3760. So, and it's negative, it's going out. So that is a source, a use of cash. So I'm going to recap that because I made the little errors there. So first we had to figure out what dividends were in total. We took the difference between the net income and how much retained earnings went up. So it should have gone up at least 12220, but it didn't. It only went up by 3760, so the difference must have been the 8460. Now, in order to figure out how much should be in financing, so we're going to make sure this goes in financing. Then we have to look at dividends payable. Now sometimes there isn't. If there is no dividends payable account, if there are no dividends account,